Hi, my name is Brandon. I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to add an Arca rail to a Bergara B14 rifle. I watched a YouTube video by Ultimate Reloader. It's a really good video, but I think they skipped over one of the most important parts of this. I will add that I am not a gunsmith. I'm not a professional. I'm just some guy on YouTube.
Starting over.
Actually, I'm going to flip this around because I might be able to slide this further forward now that I think about it. You know, I don't know if it really matters. The balance point for this rifle is about halfway in between the mag well. So really I want this back as far as I can get it without hitting the metal plate here. So I have already marked that out kind of where I want it. There's the mark. I'm going to do a center punch. I'm going to first drill this the same. Actually, maybe now's a good time to open this because I threw my screws in here. So this is brand new. Attention, use oil on insert driver. Okay. So I threw my screws in here. This came with the 419 Arca plate. So the first holes I'm going to drill are going to be just big enough to fit these through. And then I should have to go a little bit bigger to fit the actual time cert in. And the time cert I'm going to insert in from this side. You can see I've done my own bedding job here. Alamar, can you hold that still? Kind of like that. Thank you. So I think from this side you can see there's a tapered end on the time cert. I'm going to insert it from this way. This is aluminum, by the way. Hard to tell because it's painted, but this is aluminum. This is fiberglass or some sort of synthetic material. I'm not sure what it is, but the time cert's going to go right into the aluminum there. And you can see the time cert. I'll open these up, but it comes with a drill bit, chamfering tool to make it recessed, and then the inserting tool, and I don't know what that is. So anyway, I will get some holes drilled and come back when that's done. Alright, so I decided I am going to flip this Picatinny rail around and make sure the swivel stud is in the front here. And the biggest reason I wanted to do that is because I do want to move this forward just a little bit from where I originally marked it. Because what that does is allows me to spread these. As it was, the screws would have been pretty close together, something like that. What this will allow me to do is this one will stay as far back as it goes, but it will allow me to move this one just a little bit forward. And I think just the further apart you can have those screws, the better. One thing I will add, the stock screw sizes are also 1032, but they use a 4mm hex head. At least that's what I had here. Actually, that probably came with this Picatinny rail. Never mind. Stock, these were swivel studs. That's right. So the swivel studs are 1032s. Don't forget to use some thread locker. I like to use Stuck Nuts. Shout out to Stuck Nuts. Not sponsored by this video, but they support dirt bikers, and I love to ride dirt bikes. So yeah, I'm gonna move that forward, remark this. One thing that I just noticed is probably going to be hard to see. Oh yeah, you can see it on the video. There's actually a center line right in the center of the video there. Runs right along this. So I'm going to use that as my center line, kind of where they put the two pieces of the stock together, it looks like. And yeah, go from there. Alright, so the diameter of a 1032 screw is about 0.186. So I'm going to find a drill bit in this set of drill bits. It's not an 11/64, that's too small. Might try the 3/16. So what's 3/16 as a decimal?
3/16 equals 0.1875 as a decimal.
Yeah, that's going to be perfect. Just a little bit bigger. So 3/16 is going to be my drill bit size. All right, just a quick update on the 3/16 steel. First of all, I used a center punch. Definitely worth center punching this, and I center punched a little hole there. Probably going to start with a smaller drill bit size. Probably going to start with like a, I don't know, 5/64 or something like that. One of these ones down here, maybe a 7/64. So I'm going to start with a small drill bit size. The 3/16 actually, when you measure it, is exactly the same size as the 10/32 bolt that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to start with the 3/16, see if it'll fit. If it doesn't fit, I'm going to have to walk back up to a 13/64. Now, before I do that though, I'm going to probably measure the size of the drill bit that comes in the time cert. I have a feeling we might be approaching that. So I obviously don't want to go bigger than that yet. So maybe what I end up doing is just using the drill bit that come with this time cert. We'll see. We'll measure that and go from there. Be right back. So I'm about halfway through drilling this out. I ended up starting with a 7/64 to start. Starting to get into the aluminum here. I'm going to be using a shop vac just to clean this up as I go, and I will check back in once this hole is drilled. One thing also I want to add is that I'm just using a regular drill here. If you have a drill press, that would be ideal. But what I found is that if I push down on this, it is slightly angled that way, but it's not too bad. And just hold it straight and you should be just fine. All right, so I just finished drilling this out with the 3/16 drill bit. If you remember, the 3/16 was pretty much the exact same size as the screw that I'm going to be using, 1032. 1032? Yeah, 1032 screw. The next size up on my drill bits here is a 13/64, and I took the drill bit out of the time cert kit here, and if you see that, that is a 13/64. So this is a cheaper DeWalt drill bit set. This is a very nice drill bit set, so I'm going to go with this one. And when I do this, I'm going to clean this up. I'm probably going to flip it over and do the 13/64 from the top, I think. Why? I don't know yet, but I don't know. I don't think it matters. We'll see. I'll think about that a little bit and get back. Okay, so I just finished drilling out the, oh damn, can't remember what size it was. I put it in the drill bit, or in the drill. I did not do it by hand like they tell you to do. It's 13/64. To be honest, because I already had a 3/16, the last drill bit I used, I can't remember. It was removing very little material, and it went through there like a hot knife through butter. Now what I need to do is flip this over. You can see there's some things that need cleaned up in here, and I'm hoping to clean that up with the chamfer bit that comes with the time cert. Now I will put the chamfer bit in a I forget what that's called. You'll see. All right, so here's the counterbore tool. I don't know what that thing's called. You can see I got a little rough with it at one point in time. That was not today. So we're going to counterbore from this side, and I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. So a quick note about this counterbore tool is that it does bottom out. Focus. It does bottom out where it's supposed to stop cutting, so you can't cut too far with this. However, on this particular rifle, let's see if I can get in here. Boy, it's hard to see, but the aluminum actually starts quite a bit lower than I thought. There's a pretty thick layer of some sort of material on top of this. I don't know if that's the fiberglass or what it is. But yeah, the counterbore does not go all the way down to the aluminum, which is not ideal. I don't love that, but I still think we're going to get some pretty decent threads in the aluminum there, and that's what really matters. So now we'll start tapping it out and see if we can get some threads in this thing. Alright, so I just ran the tap down through there. That was probably the easiest hole I've ever tapped in my life. Threads look great. It's hard to get a good picture there. There we go. Threads look great. I did notice the first couple threads were in that, what you call it, material. I don't know what that is, fiberglass or something. But the rest of it is in the aluminum. Tapped nice and smooth. And now we'll insert our time cert. One thing to note, it says it very clearly there and there. I'd imagine that's what that's going to say, is to use oil. So I'll probably use, let's see what I got here. Probably use this 3-in-1 PTFE lubricant. I'm a big fan of this stuff. I use it for damn near everything. So I'll probably throw that on the time cert on the inside. On the outside of it, ideally I would use some red thread locker, but I only have blue. Just ordered some red from Stuck Nuts just this morning because I knew I was going to do this, but I'm impatient, so I'll just throw some blue on there. I think that'll be just fine. Alright, so here it is. I got the insert tool on the time cert. I've put some oil on the actual, this piece that I'm pointing to with my pinky. There's oil on that. A little blue Stuck Nuts on the end there. And I'm going to thread this in. Nice and easy. Sorry about the camera. Okay, it's threading in nice and smoothly. I can feel it. Super easy so far. It's definitely in the aluminum, which is good. Now, according to this instructions on the time cert, I've never done one of these. It's going to get hard, which, I don't know, still not very hard. But then it'll get easy again. I don't know, it never really got hard. I can see that it's turning and the time cert is not. It's bottomed out. Okay, there, it's getting hard. Okay. I'm gonna put you down, but I think I've gotta hold this still. Also, 3 2x4s, almost perfect for holding that up. When I was doing some drilling, I was putting a little bit of pressure on this, like this, just to hold it up. And that came off the ground a little bit down there, but yeah, that seemed to work pretty good. No vise needed. I mean, I have a vise. I could go use it, but don't need to. So, okay, let me give this a wrench, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, so time cert is in. These things are not very big. I mean, that's my finger. Time cert is in. I'm going to flip this around here quick. I'm going to attempt to just put this on quick. While I'm doing this, I will say today is Mother's Day 2026, so happy Mother's Day to all those mothers watching, which is probably like none. But I'm being summoned here very quickly to go to lunch. So let's do that quick. Oh no, might need longer bolts. I've got probably a 3/32, maybe? 3/32, let's see. Yeah, that's it. Okay, You know what? That's plenty. That is plenty of thread. Sweet. So now the only thing left to consider when I flip this over, I can't put a screw all the way in the back, and the reason is because you would, I'll try to show you this, run into your lug here for that. So I can probably go in between that one, which would put me about halfway down. So anyway, I'm going to figure that out, whether I can fit that there or if I need to go on the other side of this. I'm either going to go in between here or just as tight up to this as I can get. But anyway, I'm being summoned for lunch here. I'm going to go get in the shower. I will come back probably tonight and finish this up, but so far really happy with how that looks. It's recessed in there nice and good. I'm not going to be touching the barrel or anything, so yeah, pretty happy so far. Okay, it is much later in the day, and I've decided, this is the other time cert, that I am going to put it right there. It does seem to fit there just fine. Probably scooch it over a little bit. The tricky part is going to be getting that lined up down the side to drill it from the bottom. I really don't want to drill it from the top. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just drill it from the top. I haven't decided if I'm drilling this from the top or bottom yet. But stand by and you will find out soon enough. Okay, right, wrong, or indifferent, I did decide to drill this one from the top just to make sure I was in that spot. I've already drilled it with the, I started with the 7/64ths, stepped it up to the 3/16ths, and I'm just about to finish it off with the 13/64ths that came with the time cert kit. Okay, next step is to chamfer with this tool that comes with the time cert kit. Okay, now that the hole is chamfered, try to show you that. Same deal as last time. The chamfer's not quite onto the aluminum, but it's very close. Now it's time to tap this with the tap that came with the time cert kit. Alright, so I've reread the instructions about inserting this time cert, and it doesn't say anything about putting Loctite on the actual insert itself. I don't see how that would be a problem. Logic tells me that would be better. Again, this is just some 3-in-1 PTFE lube that I'm going to put on here. That's probably more than enough right there. Then I'm going to take my insert, thread it onto there. Trying to do this all with one hand. And then that's on there just a little bit. See that? I'm gonna take my stuck nuts. One little drop. Whoa, about lost a rifle there. Oh, making a mess. See, I about lost my rifle and I'm making a mess. Just one little drop is all we need. Jesus. That's my fault. Dang it. Oh well. I'll clean that up in a minute. I need 2 hands. Thanks. I'll be right back. So now I'm just going to put that in my hole here. Okay. Be right back when that's done. Okay, so there you have it. I'm going to just install this last screw here. And I'll tell you what, I watched a lot of YouTube videos. Props to the guys that can film and do that. So I'm not gonna reef down on these yet. I kind of want that Loctite to set just a little bit more before I give those to beans. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us here. I'll show you the other side quick. Now what I could do, and I don't know if thinking about this now. Is there any advantage to having that one way or the other? I don't think so. I know I'm going to have plenty of room for my bottom metal there. Plenty of room. So, yeah, I think that'll do it. All right, well, hopefully this was helpful. I appreciate you all watching. And actually, I just want to add one more thing, one minor note about this rifle. Again, Bergara B14 Wilderness Sierra Carbon. This came with the carbon barrel. This rifle shot like absolute trash until I bedded this rifle. Now, I know this is not a professional bedding job. I know that. I am not a professional. But I think I did pretty damn good. I was able to get everything back here. It looks worse than it is. I mean, with my finger, this feels very smooth. I know it doesn't look perfect. Same here. That is very smooth. So yeah, I would say if you're having any sort of accuracy issues with your Bergara, go ahead and try bedding it. Helped me a lot. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.